Welcome to all of you. Welcome to George and Bonnie. And may I remind you that this is not about me, it's about my very, very good friend George. I tried to figure out what I was going to say, because I'm a pretty private person. In my work behind closed doors, and I got a card in the mail. It was December 15th, 2003. I was writing Christmas cards, returning Christmas cards, receiving Christmas cards. And I looked at the address and I said, I don't know anybody in Sacramento. And I opened it up, and I knew it was all about George. There was a young man, about 10 years old, that had gone to a piece of game and been taken in the dressing room to meet Bob, and in the meantime met George. It's been 50 years. And I think in this letter, if you let me just read it, it's not very long, you'll understand who George McGinnis was. Dear Nancy, I am not sure what I'm writing to you about this, but I feel like I have to express my sorrow about hearing of the passing of George McGinnis. And you and I were as close to him as anyone. I never really knew him, only met him once after Bob invited me into the Pacers locker room after a Pacer victory. I remember watching him score those 53 points and 30 rebounds in the 1969 Indiana, Kentucky All-Star game in Louisville. I also remember in about 1971 when he, Agness, and Bob Negley had those 3 horses out at Bob's All-American Sports Camp. Did you not hear about them? Did you hear about the horses? It's true. Sports camp outside of Gainbridge. Those 3 guys couldn't ride a wooden horse. They didn't know Mel. Mel's horse was so tall, I would have had to get a ladder to get on it. Although Roger, Mel, Billy, and Bill really made the Pacers good, George made the champions with Bob's direction, of course. Anyway, Nancy, I'm sorry that he is gone, but glad that he is not in pain. Hopefully, Linda walked slowly. Donnie Smith. Donnie Smith is 10 years old. And his memories of George are still fresh. And I think that's what we see in George. Now, this is supposed to be a celebration of life for George. And because George had so much effect on Bob's career and what he's known for, I'll have to tell you a couple stories about how some of that happened. You all remember Bob's famous boom baby phrase, and it was associated with the 3-pointers. And here's what I know about how that came about. It was in the Coliseum, because I can still see Billy Keller taking that 3-point shot. But anyway, Bob had designed a play for George. And George was still down in the left corner. And we were like 2 or 3 seconds left in the game. And he was to put the ball up and then charge the basket. Well, we got covered. But he couldn't even get out of there. And with just no time left, George turned around backwards and threw that ball back to Billy. Billy put it up in the air. He wasn't even supposed to touch the ball. It went in. Bob jumped off the bench and said, "Boom!" and somebody in the bed said, baby. And from that time on, there's your big pop. The next story, of course, is George. It involves George. And it really is something about what I always tell it, meaning that I laughed every time I heard it, but it showed the intensity and the drive and the, I can't say her play on this one. But anyway, we were in San Antonio. I was not there. I just take all this for granted. Designed to play for George. It was a ferocious game, playoff game. There was a guard by the name of Howard Carl. Very good, fast, mean guard. So here come to play for George, you know. George runs down toward the basket, and Howie runs on the green, and they call a foul on George. They had to drag him back to the bench because he was going to get kicked out of the game. The next thing, of course, it comes out another play designed for George. And George drove down the center of that court, right into Howie and the backboard. And he turned and he said to the referee, "Now that's a foul." Thank you.